Needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUD.
News this hour is brought to you by the Rusty Healy Agency in Madison. Call Landon Thompson at 601-856-3681 to request a quote or learn more.
No ski masks in public. A 60% chance for showers and storms this afternoon with a high at 93. A 30% chance for rain tonight with a low at 74. A 60% chance for afternoon storms Thursday with a high at 93. With news on 103.9 WYAB, I'm Chris Davis. The ski mask ordinance passed the Jackson City Council 7-0, meaning you will not be allowed to wear a ski mask in public in the city. Pushback from former mayoral candidate Zach Service.
Now, I do fully support the work of JPD and the city of Jackson to make this a safer city. However, I do not find this mask ordinance to be something that really is going to do that. I think it's closer to violating many constitutional rights.
The chief of police says it's about cutting down on crimes committed by people wearing masks. The Civil Service Commission is back in business with the votes on the 3-member board to oversee hiring and promotions for city workers.
You want them dedicated and productive, and to do that, they need to be treated fairly. Their grievances need to be heard.
Peyton Prosper, former state treasurer, is one of those board members for Jackson. Rather than go back to jail and possibly prison, former award-winning teacher Tyler Schauls of Petal shot and killed himself on his back porch Tuesday afternoon. Schauls was likely to have his bond revoked on child sex crime charges because of text messages prosecutors say he sent to a victim's parent. A 15-year sentence for 17-year-old Shunkez Harris of Canton was handed down by a judge in Madison County. Harris could be seen on video in October of last year, forcing another teenager to take off his shoes and hand them over. That counts as strong-armed robbery. Harris got the book thrown at him on that one. More news in 1 hour on 103.9 WYAB. I'm Chris Davis.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are the individual views and opinions of the people expressing them and do not necessarily reflect those of this radio station, its parent, affiliated, or related entities, agents, or employees.
Welcome to the Chip Matthews Show, where politics meets the South. So grab your sweet tea, find a comfortable spot to sit back, and let's embark on this journey together. Chip away, chip away.
And good morning. God, that came in loud, didn't it? 6:07 in the morning. Get up, get out of bed, people.
It's Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. Yay.
What day did I say?
You didn't say a day.
Oh, okay.
I'm just telling everybody it's Wednesday. It's half over.
And good morning, Shane Easley, Joe Lynn Michael, Jeff Thomas, Will Brown. Good morning,
I saw,
hit the share, the like, the love button.
I gotta get these earrings off.
You gotta get your earrings off.
Yep, they are poking me in my ears.
Okay. Well, anyway, good morning, everyone. Wake up as we're getting earrings off. Andy Devine, good morning to you. You got anything going on today, Andy? That's a good question for you. He's always up to something.
Always.
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 It seems that our show has all the bad people on Facebook.
Now, I was just about to say he's a really good guy.
Well, he's a good guy, but what I'm saying is all the people that cause the commotion on Facebook are on there, including Clay Edwards.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, they're the shakers. They're the one that gets things turning.
And then, of course, Johnny Martin. There you go. Good morning. And then, today, this Saturday, it's Clay's birthday.
Oh, okay. Well, happy early birthday, Clay.
And Clay always talks about Elvis died and he was born.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
what an infamous birthday to have.
Guess what?
What?
You don't sing like Elvis. But anyway, he'll give it an attempt. But you have to. Where were you when Elvis died? Were you born?
I was. I was. Okay. I think I was 10, and I was waiting on. I was at school or somewhere around there.
10.
Yeah.
See, I was in the 7th grade,
and
I was on my way to football practice. We were 7th grade. You were going into your first year of junior high football.
Yeah.
And I can remember it. And I was working at Goodyear in Canton, Mississippi, which Goodyear was right next door to our grocery store. And I was just going over there to do some extra work in their warehouse. And it came over the radio in there. And I was like, holy cow.
He'll live in infamy forever.
I still don't understand why they don't have his name corrected. When, on his grave, it's spelled wrong.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, I've been there, but
you didn't know how to spell?
I didn't know how to spell Elvis, I guess.
No, it wasn't Elvis. They misspelled.
Would they misspell?
Middle name, Aaron.
Aaron. Oh.
Okay.
Well, there's several different ways you can spell that. Aaron or.
You would think Elvis Presley could get his name spelled right on his grave, period.
That's Priscilla's fault.
That might be something to it. That might be something to it.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, everyone. What we're going to talk about today? What were we talking about? They were talking about, look, give me your shoes right now. Give me your shoes. It seems like that is the way to get somebody into jail. I'm trying to bring you honey butter biscuits this afternoon. That does not work unless they're fresh, Jeff Thomas. Do not bring me biscuits. Do not bring me biscuits that are not fresh.
Yeah.
Out of the oven. I want to go to the restaurant that you get them from.
Yeah.
That's where I want them. Don't bring me biscuits to the restaurant tonight. But anyway.
So there's a 17-year-old in Canton that did a strong arm robbery and stole another teenager's tennis shoes.
Yes.
And this robber received a 15-year sentence.
Have you found the judge on that yet?
No. DA attorney Bubba Bramlett was the one that was behind the case and presented it. So he did a really good job. But I mean, 15 years for stealing tennis shoes when there's people out there that murder time and again that get a slap on the wrist and are out in,
tennis shoes.
2-3 years. Yeah. Tennis shoes.
Tennis shoes. And then mama turned him in. Mama said, somebody stole my baby's shoes.
That's right.
And the funny thing about that is it's unreal. And of course, Bubba Bramlett with his comments, Bubba Bramlett won't even do election crimes. We have tried to meet with him several times. We even gave a donation to his campaign. And John Scanlon and I went to go meet with him. He said, we're not doing anything on election crimes. That ain't nothing wrong. Well, look. As you see, good morning, JD. And he says, good morning. I wonder where you got that from. But, Bubba always, I can't get into him. And then he'll have his girl that handles Madison County talk to us. But we went to meet with Bubba Bramlett, me and the chairman of some of the I guess he was a chairman of the Democrat side, the Democrat Election Commission. And we wanted to sit down and talk to Bubba and tell Bubba what was going on when Mike Espy and let's see who else was involved. It was going through City Hall, we were going through the where they were putting it into the SIM system. So that would be Anita Ray at the county, and John Scanlon was putting in the names because he was the one that was allowed to make the Democratic ballot. And they were putting all these people on there that they did that were not qualified, and it led to 11 trials prior to the election. And Mike Espy was right in the middle of it, just like he's trying to shut everybody up in the county because he doesn't want anybody talking about Boots anymore. We got Boots.
I had a cat named Boots.
You had a cat named Boots?
He was black and he had 4 white socks, but we called him Boots.
And what did somebody say these boots were made out of that Espy got?
I never heard. I mean, we've talked about alligator boots, but we haven't talked about ostrich or elephant so I don't know. I don't know. I think somebody said that he wore them to the supervisors meeting the other day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and then of course he bootlegged all that wine into the state, which he admits to, but unfortunately, more importantly, the evidence has been dispersed. We'll say.
Yep.
Will Brown says, I was at the 4-way stop sign at Peachtree Street and Bellhaven Street when I heard on the radio that Elvis had died. Yep. Everybody can remember where they were when Elvis died.
Yes. It's amazing how that just sticks in your memory forever.
I mean, so let's take somebody that's very good. Prince was a very good musician. Very talented. Nobody remembers where they were when he died. No. But the king was the king. That's that, period.
Yep.
Oh, well. Okay. So we're going to come back and we're going to talk about school choice.
Okay.
We're going to talk about school choice because we have a person coming in on what day? The September
the
2nd, who's is pro school choice and going to come in and talk to us about it. And we're going to let people make up our mind on which way we are. I know we have people here at the station that are anti-school choice.
Right.
What I want to know is what Delbert wants, because I'll be opposite of whatever Delbert wants. That's the way I'm looking at it. Also, we need to talk more about Chris McDaniels re-engaging into the conservative fight. We don't know what he's running for, and we're actually going to put up a poll once we learn how to do it, to see what y'all think about that. Should Chris Davis be running for lieutenant governor, or should he jump into the fight and run for governor? That would be interesting, because if he jumped into the governor's race, then in the primary, you would have Delbert, Chris McDaniels, Andy Gibson, Shad White,
Thomas Duff.
Be interesting.
Got some good candidates.
Because only one can come out of there. Two would come out if they didn't get 50%.
Yeah.
But you might knock some people out real quick. That way, split the Delbert vote.
That would be nice.
I mean, because the Delbert vote
needs to be kicked to the side.
It's going to be coming out of the Benny Thompson district. We all know that, because Delbert and Benny Thompson, they date. I'm just kidding. Allegedly. But anyway, I'll be back with more right here on the Chip Matthews Show with Don McKenzie on WYAB. Allegedly. But anyway, I'll be back with more right here on the Chip Matthews Show with Don McKenzie.
1039 WYAB.
Smart business owners will tell you the best time to start a new business is now. Whether you're thinking of starting a new business or expanding an existing one, the perfect location is the Cotton Exchange Plaza in Flora. Over 13,000 cars will pass by your business each and every day on Highway 49. Space is available now, so what are you waiting for? Call the Cotton Exchange Plaza at 601-879-3503 to find out how you can expand your business today. The Cotton Exchange Plaza in Flora, where we mean business.
As Christians, it's our calling to be faithful to Christ and obedient to the Great Commission. Our heart's desire and prayer to God is that through our efforts, many would receive and rest upon Christ alone as he is offered to them in the gospel. I'm David Strain, Senior Minister at First Presbyterian Church of Jackson, inviting you and your family to join us as we strive to fulfill that mission. We're located on North State Street in Jackson. Times of our services can be found at fpcjackson.org. You can also hear the good news about Jesus Christ each Sunday mornings at 9:30 on 103.9 WYAB.
Bad decisions limit future options. Make enough bad decisions and you will destroy your life. Listen to The Flatline with your host, Rick Hughes, every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. here on 103.9 WYAB. Join us every Sunday for 30 minutes of inspiration, motivation, education, all without manipulation. That's The Flatline with Rick Hughes, heard here on 103.9 WYAB each Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m.
You know what's a nightmare? We've all seen that movie where the bad guy's coming and your gun jams up. Luckily, that's just a movie, but you can't take the chance it could happen to you in real life. Hey, y'all, I'm Therese Apel from Dark Horse Press, and I've written stories about a whole lot of situations where people needed their gun to work for them. So if yours is moody or likes to jam, you need to take it to Guns and Gear. Let their professional gunsmiths look at it and fix it so it'll work when you need it. They're the absolute best at what they do, and that's why I buy all my guns from them. That's Guns and Gear in Gluckstadt. Check them out today.
Americans for Prosperity is Mississippi's and the country's leading grassroots organization dedicated to promoting economic freedom and personal liberty. Americans for Prosperity advocates for limited government, free market policies, and empowering individuals. When given freedom and opportunity, Americans are capable of extraordinary things. If you are ready to make a difference in our community and want to get involved, then visit americansforprosperity.org. Be a part of positive change at americansforprosperity.org. Paid for by Americans for Prosperity.
At Lakeshore Church, we believe the liberation of the soul is found only in Christ. Hello, I'm Jay Frazier, Senior Pastor at Lakeshore, inviting you to come and worship with us this week. We believe in the three-cross concept of ministry, the cross of salvation, the cross of separation, and the cross of service, and we believe all of these crosses should be evident in our lives. We're at 6880 South Sidewell Road in Byram. For more information about the ministries, activities, and times of service, go to lakeshorecmc.org.
And be sure to listen to Lakeshore Church's weekly program, heard Sunday mornings at 8 on 103.9 WYAB.
Here's a tip for buyers from RE/MAX Connection real estate agent Risa Jensen.
Buyers need to be ready. Start your mortgage process if you're not paying cash. And if your mortgage, you need to go ahead and start that before you ever go look at a house. You walk into a house and you fall in love with it, and that's the one you want. And you've not even started the process, and there may be multiple bids on it, and other people are sending pre-qualifying letters with their offers, then you're dead in the water. You offer what you are willing to pay for this property, and know that if you don't get it, you're okay with that. You can walk away.
RitaJensen.net.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
It's the most important part of your day. It's just like breakfast in the morning. It's the Chip Matthews Show on WYAB with Don McKenzie. I guess we could be like the guys that there's these guys I used to listen to in New Orleans called the Breakfast Flakes.
Oh, really?
We could be the Flakes.
There we go.
The Madison County Breakfast Flakes. But anyway, a lot of people are asking me online about something I put up yesterday. And I guess it only popped up because Shad White, it's on Shad White's page, and it's his political page. And, you know, and it's not a bad move by him, but he put up, this is an old article that was put up and it came up to the top, but it's still relevant,
right?
Because it has to do. And it's, and it says Tuesday, doesn't say the date. State Auditor Shad White announced that civil demands were issued to 12 current and former Canton Municipal Utility employees.
Right.
Now, yesterday, WLBT was at CMU. And the conversation was about all the money they're trying to raise. Now, why are they trying to raise money? Well, just the demands on these people was $101,000.
Right.
And it is a who's who, and includes Kenny Wayne Jones.
Haven't heard that name in a long while.
Kenny Wayne Jones is the works down there at Hines County, y'all. I'm sure he's not involved in anything wrong. But it said that he needed to pay back $78,000 at the time. And then it also mentions the late Charles Weems and Cleotha Williams and Cleveland Anderson and L.C. Slaughter and Charlie Morgan and John Noble and Sabrina Wright and Robert Chin and Simon. You know what all these people have in common? They were all put on the board by the alderman. You know, we need to be very careful about who we appoint to boards to run things, but when they get on the boards, now, surely you only wind up with this many people owing money back is because the culture inside would say that you're allowed to do these things.
Right.
And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now I know in part of Kenny Wayne's thing there, his was hush money because they'd caught him misusing cards. They said, instead of prosecuting you, we'll just give you $75,000 to go away. Yes, that's the way that went. We'll pay you to resign because we've caught you stealing.
Yeah.
And
Gee
you
whiz.
just look at that and you just go, okay. Because he got severance pay for public officials is prohibited in Mississippi statutes and has been addressed by the Mississippi Attorney General multiple times. Both electronic forms were purchased by Jones using a procurement card belonging. He had he had some other fees there, but the severance pay is what he got in trouble for the most.
Mm-mm.
And then he had to return a Samsung LED television and an Amazon Fire Stick.
But he can keep the money.
At least in Canton, when we start worrying about things, we worry about everything. You get picked up for shoes. You steal somebody for shoes, you're gonna get 15 years. Now you steal some money or take some money that isn't yours, you're just gonna go, well, as long as we get back the TV and the Fire Stick,
we're okay.
We're okay.
We can pay them bills
and we get the money back. But I never, and the question about that, it was all that money ever collected. And then you go through what's going on now, and it's insane. Now, do you realize yesterday they're running over people left and right, and it's just sad.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on the square in Canton, 2 weeks ago, we reported that, and it was a person that lives on the square was going to cross the street.
Mm-hmm.
And their dog got run over.
Right.
They missed the person that was walking the dog.
Yes.
Thank God. Then you had a person that was run over in Flora.
Yeah. And then
you had a person that was run over in Madison.
Right.
Do you know what speeding is? Do you know what distracted driving is?
Yeah.
Now, they have not said what it was, but the Chip Matthews Show's investigated and said most people that run, and we've done a study, and most people that run over people are distracted.
Right.
So y'all get it fixed. Yeah. Y'all get it right.
Good morning, Jennifer Porch.
Oh, yeah. We got
Jennifer
Porch.
Some new listeners out there.
And then we had another person over here, didn't we? That we forgot to say. Mark Grissett, good morning. And Beth Ladner O'Kane. And then, of course, Andy Devine. As Chris, he says Chris McDaniel should run for AG or auditor. That will scare the swamp in Jackson. Already good, real conservatives on governor and lieutenant governor races. We tend to get 2 or 3 conservatives in a primary and one swamp rat. Split conservative votes, and they recruit Democrats for the primary runoff. Now, let me ask you this, Andy Devine, since you bring that up. Of the people that you're saying are conservative and do the right thing and never lie to us, this one's going to hurt you, Andy. This is going to hurt bad. How many of those people voted against the flag or didn't support the flag after all that time of saying they were supporting the flag? I know that's one of your hills to down, and I know that Chris McDaniel stayed with the flag controversy all the way to the end. But Delbert, everybody else just said, okay.
Yeah,
and they allowed the government to do something different than what the citizens wanted. And it was in the Constitution. Because when you vote something in, that's the way it is. But and then the legislature said, oh, y'all got it all wrong. They shouldn't be allowed to just decide we got it wrong. and then they won't give us back our ballot initiative for some reason, because they said, Chip, you don't understand. People could start making laws. The people of Mississippi should be allowed to help y'all make laws.
Right.
I mean, hell, y'all can't even get a budget done on time, and you're getting mad at us for making laws. And to get it on the ballot, you still had to have 70% of the nation of the state.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, it's 25%. No, excuse me. It's 20% of 5 districts to get on the ballot. Okay, and we don't have 5 districts. That's what the problem is. But before we didn't have 5 districts, we had 20% of everything to get it on the ballot initiative for the flag vote.
Mm-hmm.
But then when marijuana came through and messed everything up, they said, oh, shoot, we're going to be selling marijuana. We're going to be selling pot. We're going to be doing this. We're going to be doing that. Who's going to do it? Who's going to do that? Is it going to be Andy Gibson's and we're going to put it in the ground? Then it would be agriculture and it'd be Andy Gibson. But if we keep it up out of the ground, we can be the medical community. And then that way we can control it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way that went.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a tear to figure it out. Now you got all these people in the pot business who cannot really make a living because there's not enough people in the state that has a pot card, but everybody's smoking pot.
They are.
Everybody
That's
is smoking pot.
the stankiest stuff I've ever been around.
You and I are probably the only people in the state that is not smoking pot. And maybe 4 other of our listeners.
Yeah.
Okay. Andy Devine says most every one of them have very few real conservatives. That term has been used so much it really has no meaning. Ask 5 folks what a conservative is, you get 5 different answers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's because you got 5 different politicians that say it differently. But the conservative thing, the next time they meet at the church in Flowood, I got to remember when that is. They meet on Thursday night. I got to check that.
Who is that? Who are we talking about? Who
Oh,
meets?
geez. You're asking
The Madison County Republican Party?
No,
the
no,
leaders of Madison County?
This happens in Flowood.
Oh, in Flowood.
And it's a conservative party. They do a thing in North Mississippi,
Mhm.
Central Mississippi, and on the coast. And what I see is the conservative movement in Mississippi is actually becoming a thing. Now, the politicians are not a part of a lot of that.
Right.
I believe Dan, I can't think of Dan's last name. He's in North Mississippi. He is a conservative, a
Mhm.
true conservative, and has voted that way. But when you go look at it, I mean, we don't do a good job of being conservative.
Yep.
We don't. And what
Nope.
were we going to talk about? School choice.
Yeah.
And speaking of conservative and school choice, we'll be back and we'll talk about that just a moment right here on the Chip Matthews Show on WYAB. Back and we'll talk about that just a moment right here on the Chip.
1039 WYAB.
It's time to put a little more sizzle in your red-hot Mississippi summer at Mazda of Jackson. Drive away on your road trip with a boost from Mazda of Jackson's $1,000 off owner loyalty reward and low 1.9% financing on a 2025 CX-90, CX-70, and the assembled in America CX-50. And take advantage of the pre-tariff inventory before it's gone. It's time to choose Mazda. Shop online at MazdaofJackson.com or visit Mazda of Jackson, I-55 Frontage Road in Jackson.
Feeling a little less these days, less energy, less drive? You're not just getting older. It could be low testosterone. It impacts millions of men, affecting your energy, mood, and even your performance. But there's a clear answer. Men's Health of Mississippi is offering a free testosterone screening. That's right, a free test to see if low T is holding you back. Take control. Reclaim your vitality. It's time for the edge you need, the care you deserve. Schedule your free screening today at menshealthms.com.
The Tri-County Academy Rebel success in the classroom and on the athletic stage begins with the Tri-County Academy Booster Club. Join the team and be a Rebel by getting involved and volunteering as a booster. Your involvement is the generator for fundraisers, facility upgrades, equipment, uniforms, and all other needs. Tri-County Athletics thrives in part because of our TCA boosters. Join today by calling the TCA main office at 601-8 879-8517 and help the Rebels continue the championship tradition.
If you ever been stuck on the side of the road with engine trouble or because of an accident, you know how frustrating that can be. I'm Chad Stevens of Chad Stevens Record Service. We'll help take some of the stress out of this stressful situation. We've been rated by AAA as one of the top 10 towing services in the entire USA. Why? Well, just ask our customers. So keep our number in your cell phones and call us if you need us. 662-755-8645. That's Chad Stevens Record Service. 662-755-8645.
In today's world, there's a lot of confusion all around us, but you should know the eternal truth is found in Jesus Christ. Every Sunday morning at 7, that eternal truth is explored in the scriptures on the Methodist Bible Hour USA with Gary Bryden, an ordained minister with the Association of Independent Methodists. You'll hear thoughtful study of the scriptures, insightful thoughts, and special music on the Methodist Bible Hour USA every Sunday morning at 7 on 103.9 WYAB.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
I am Chip Matthews on the greatest show going worldwide. Yes. And live in Tokyo today. How are y'all doing there in Tokyo today? In Japan?
Yeah.
I think they're one of our trade partners
Yes.
in America with Donald J. Trump. And speaking of Donald J. Trump and conservatives, okay, well, first, Andy Devine was saying just because they're a Republican doesn't mean they're conservatives. And what I'm going to say is this past Monday night, the Madison County Republican Executive Committee met. And two people in that group who are friends of mine, and they sent me a message saying, this group is never Trumpers. They hate Trump. And, they were all for Delbert Hosemann. They all came out with money and threw parties for Delbert Hosemann to get him into office.
Yeah.
And, I remember Girard doing that. And I was just sitting there going, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You don't say you're conservative and then not be conservative.
Well, Andy Devine needs to create another conservative group
for
and call it True Conservatives.
Well, the Mary Jo Perry group is the Coalition of Conservatives from Mississippi. What was that?
That's not me.
Okay. That's new.
Sounds like somebody ringing a doorbell.
Yes, it is.
Maybe that's that text line over there.
Okay. Well, okay. No, it's not on. But wow. Okay. Or maybe we said.
Is there a doorbell downstairs for somebody coming in?
Maybe Delbert.
Yeah.
Is coming after us for saying that he's not a conservative.
Well, the truth hurts.
Yes, it does. Y'all hit the share, the like, the love button, and do the things to where everybody can know about our show. Lloyd Travis, good morning. Now we're going to talk about
school choice.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So a lot of people have misconceptions and different thoughts of how school choice would work. And it would be it would be kind of a voucher program, but money will follow the kid.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that if you had a school in, let's say, Madison County, and your kid wanted to wake up tomorrow morning and go to school in, let's say, Hinds County at Callaway, your kid would be allowed to go to Callaway if they had room.
Right.
And of course, they would need a gun.
Prerequisite.
But you're not allowed to carry a gun on the campus. But how are you supposed to protect your kids? That's that's a unique thing. I bet in the old West they wore guns when they went to school. But I mean, that's what school choice, a lot of that has to do with. And it's basically if they have something you need to be, you could move and your kid and you could get out of your thing. Now, I do agree that if a whole bunch of people got vouchers and the system would get, the principals that will go to jail on our administrators that will take bribes let's say out of Jackson,
Mhm.
they would say, okay, I want my kid to go to Northwest Rankin. So they give you a bunch of money to make sure your kid's going to get on the list. And then they're going to bring in more trailers and this, that, and the other, which I don't think there should be a trailer on any campus, because school shooting, a trailer would not be a safe place.
Right.
You're already asking for it. But school choice should be limited to the number of students your building will hold.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one. And number two, it's got to make sense.
Right.
On moving from one place to the other. But what are your views on it?
Well,
I mean,
you know, there's many reasons why a child would want to move from one school to the other, and they have to go to school. And it's just like an adult going to work that's absolutely miserable every single day of their life. You're going to find another job. You know, if you
Right.
go someplace and you're bullied or you're not learning, the circumstances are there, you're going to find a better place to be. And I think in that situation, a child should have that opportunity to be able to make their lives better and happier by going to a different school.
see, and I think school choice money, following the student, should be allowed to follow them all the way to private school.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, there will be the Democrats and the rhinos from Mississippi who will say, no, we can't move this money out of
Yeah.
school. Canton, Mississippi has more money in the system.
That's what I was about to say. You would think that they would like the kids moving from place to place because that gives them a larger opportunity to take more money.
Right.
The kids are just a pawn in the school industry.
And they want the money to
Yeah.
go. You just want as much money as you can get into your school district as you can. Now, that part of school choice will be a game. That will be, it will fraud and abuse. I mean, when you start thinking about like the Canton School District and Holmes County and on up in the Issaquena and Sharkey and all of that up through the Benny Thompson District, that will be a disaster.
Yeah.
It's already a disaster to think that you pay somebody in Canton. They brought back the old superintendent in Canton because the other superintendent got out of town, which I would think with the Rudy Warnock trial and all that, you got out of town because there was testimony to a guy taking $144,000. One alderman took $144,000 from an employee that was working at the school. And if there's one, there's more.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely.
so he got the heck out of here because, you know, superintendents make what? $250,000 to $500,000 in Mississippi.
Way too much.
Way too much to do absolutely nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the state needs to go back through here and say, look, we take all of these salaries. Like, let's look at it. In Hinds County, you have you have Hinds County School District. You have the Jackson School District.
Mm-hmm.
You have the Clinton School District.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if there's another one. I don't know if Raymond or one of them have their own school district, but
Well, you think is it Byram and Terry in Hinds County?
that's the question. Good question.
So
But
they all have schools.
so they have, if in some of them, if they have their own district, then they have their own superintendent
Right.
and hierarchy. And we have these people that attend, they call themselves educators,
Uh-huh.
and they don't want to be called teachers.
Yeah.
Educators.
Yeah.
And then they go and get their doctorate. So they're all
So
doctor
Yeah.
educator. You can
Yeah.
go to Jackson State and pick up one of those cheap.
Yep.
But we got all these people doing all this. We did take our second break, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I don't know. You know, when you start battling the school choice, you know, it's like it's not as simple as just saying it's school choice is a good thing or school choice is a bad thing. It's more like, well, how much more corruption are we going to create
Mhm.
with school choice? I
Mhm.
mean, that is the biggest problem in Mississippi on anything.
Right.
How much corruption will come out of it? And the best way to do that would be to limit the administrations, you know, divide the state up into those 5 districts that we need in order to have our constitutional right to vote
Yep.
back, which of course, if something happens in a recount and we get our 5th district back, then they're in big trouble because then we would automatically have
We'd have our power back.
we'd have our power back.
Mhm.
And, you know, they're recounting now and we should have, and, you know, we should have picked up a seat after this last deal, but
Yeah.
they took care of that.
Mm-hmm.
And but I mean that's a real thing. I mean, if you could divide the state up into 5 districts, and you had a main supervisor, and you just changed the whole hierarchy of how it works,
Mm-hmm.
then it would probably be cheaper to put people in school, and there would be more money to share.
Yeah.
But then you also need to say that when that money is split up, if a student gets accepted into a private school, and then of course the private school would, and most of them would have a criteria for, to get in.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be a certain this, that, or the other, or you had to start at the first grade with them or whatever the rule would be to get them in. Mississippi has 137 school districts.
137.
We have 137.
Dang. It just seems like we just need one school district per county.
Yeah. Which would still be too many.
Yeah.
Because some counties don't need that many. But if it's one per county, I mean, Canton is the Canton Separate School District, Madison County School District.
Mhm.
We have just 2.
Mm-hmm.
But of 137 school districts, I want y'all to think about that for a last. There's nobody working for less than, let's say, maybe $180,000 a year of those 137 school districts. Their superintendents are at least making 180. Some of them are making $500,000.
Mm-hmm. And then they stress us about needing school supplies and the burden that they put on those
superintendents should
parents.
be buying pencils for everybody. And my next question is, when you bring a number 2 pencil to school now, what are you going to do with it?
Yeah.
That's just
Everything's
like
computerized.
In Canton, the chalkboards are not chalkboards. They're
Whiteboards?
No.
No? What
No,
are they?
we have the electronic boards.
Oh.
Canton has the best of everything to run a school because they went and spent it, because they had to spend it.
Yeah.
And they had to call their buddies and this, that, and the other. Everybody that could get some money off the top, they got it. But Canton's buildings are great.
Mm-hmm. They do have some beautiful schools.
The structure to run it is sorry.
Yeah.
And like when they rebuilt some of the schools, they made sure they built them in areas to where people would not want to build a house in Canton to be in that school district.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, race has been the biggest problem in Canton for years. And race is not an issue except with those politicians that are watching the money.
Right.
And while I was running, I would run into people left and right who were going, I got to get my kid into Gladstadt. I got to get my kid into Gladstadt. Can you help me get my kid into Gladstadt? And I was going, why? They go, well, a Canton high school diploma will not get me into the places that my kid needs to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then some lady would come up to me and say, Chip, we don't need that because all these kids can get into Jackson State. And I'm like looking at them going, but they can't get into Harvard.
Right.
Well, not that you'd want to go to Harvard.
No.
No. But you know what I mean? That's kind of the way you think about it. And because you have to have certain ATC scores and this, that, and the other. And if those test scores, the national test scores, are not of a certain level, then you're not getting in. It doesn't matter if you're a grade point etcher and you're the valedictorian or the salutatorian at Canton High School. If
that school doesn't have a good grade, they're not interested in
that's
you.
it. I mean, because you could be a perfect student and make A's on everything, and the school's an F. That doesn't help.
Mm-mm.
So school choice is a big deal. It's something that we really need to take advantage of and see what's going on. The legislature is, and Trump are pushing school choice, but we have to think about it this way. The Mississippi legislature and the school districts are crooks and criminals.
Right.
All they want to do is the money. There's some people, there are good people there. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say everybody is a crook and a criminal. It's alleged that some of y'all have problems with money. And it showed last year when you couldn't do a budget.
Right.
You couldn't do a budget. And then, of course, we're getting ready for this year. What chairmanships is Delbert going to put in the hands of the Democrats in order to get votes? That's your next question. We're all playing a political game, and whatever's going to happen It's like, for instance, I saw where something is going on at the fairgrounds coming up.
Right.
Okay. And this is a Jackson thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to have a summit on what at the trademark. They're going to have is it a
some type of Citizens Against Crime?
Citizens Against Crime Watch. But that's basically pandering.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to that building to pander. And I'm sure that Andy will be there.
Right. Andy Gibson.
And I mean, nothing against that, but it's just like in Canton when the NAACP takes a building in Canton and has a meeting to push their agenda, and they get it for free.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same for the Democratic Party when they take a bill. You have to rent these buildings.
Right.
You know, it doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican, you should have to rent the building. That's what the citizens built that building for. And unless it's a nonpartisan event that both sides are coming, you can't just make it yours.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what
that's what they do.
That's what they do. And if you're a Republican-owned city or a Democratic-owned city, now the Republican people of Rankin County, they're going to different buildings to have their events.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing it the right way.
Right.
Nothing wrong with doing it the right way.
That's right.
Don't ever let me catch you doing it the wrong way. We'll talk about it.
Chip will call you out.
Yeah, and you know, I get a lot of bad flack for calling people out. They say, Chip, you're just stirring up trouble. No, I'm trying to wake you up.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to wake up and know what's going on in your community.
Yeah.
People in Canton, looking at that article this morning that was on Shad White's page, it popped up. You know, that's all these people that were appointed by all those aldermen that have been aldermen in Canton, and every one of them took money.
Mm-hmm.
And needed to pay it back, according to Shad White. And they were up there yesterday because Canton's saying, well, we got to raise the rates. It's not us. It's the Madison County Wastewater Division, this, that, and the other. Well, I can promise you, and that would be the supervisors.
Yep.
I'm sure have something to do with that. I got to go do some more research on what the Madison County Wastewater Distribution is. And then I saw where we in Canton let out 500,000 gallons of wastewater into the system.
Into the system
without their authority. We got, and I was looking at all this. I'm trying to get caught up on it.
Yeah.
But you know, there's so much corruption. And there's just so much going on, and there's so much underreported news in the news cycle that you just can't keep up with it. And Canton is under audit, and at the city hall level, and if they audit everything and they look at audits do not include just numbers and money. Audits can also include the minutes to meetings.
Yep.
It can include elections, things like that.
Yep.
You need to look at it all, Shad.
Mm-hmm.
And you probably need to build your own office.
Yep. Come on to Canton.
Come on to Canton. The AOL dial-up will end in September. You heard about that. Thank you, Chris Stout, for reminding me about that. Everybody has reminded me since I am the last guy on AOL. But they said it was free forever. And I paid when I had to pay, and it's free now. I'm going to keep doing it. We'll be back with more right here on the Chip Matthews Show with Dawn McKenzie on WYAB. It's free now. I'm going to keep doing it. We'll be back with more right here on the Chip Matthews Show.
1039 WYAB.
When seconds making a play, Short's got it covered.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage. It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Come see me, Jamie Creel, at Shelter Insurance and see why Forbes has rated us #1 in the world.
Get the jump on the season at the #1 stop for all your boating and custom water sports needs, Smith Marine. Crest pontoons are here. Come experience luxury and style with a 90-day, no payment, no interest financing option with approved credit, plus a 1-year Seato membership, free cover, free Bimini top, and free inflatable tube. And these crests are pre-rigged with Suzuki motors and Suzuki's industry best warranty. Smith Marine also buys quality pre-owned boats with consignments and trade-ins on the res in Ridgeland and at smithmarinesales.com.
Have you been injured through no fault of your own? Do you know your rights? Don Evans does. Do you really believe that the insurance company would disclose all information to you? Don Evans will make sure that you are fully informed. It costs nothing to discuss your case. From car wrecks to malpractice, Don Evans will make you and your family whole again. Don Evans won't ever charge unless he collects for you. Call Don for a free no-obligation consultation at 601-969-2006.
How do you get the hell out of your life?
Turn to Jesus. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through him. Trust in him, and you let him love the hell right out of you.
How do you get the hell out of your life?
Replace it with Jesus. We got to be born again, born of the Spirit, and that's by trusting Jesus Christ, turning from our sins and trusting Jesus.
Tune in to Get the Hell Out of Your Life every Sunday at 10 a.m. on 103.9 WYAB.
Roeder's Plumbing of Pearl, your familiar plumber with the similar name. Locally owned and operated by Chris Roeder, Roeder's Plumbing is no franchise, simply lower prices and better service without the dreaded overpriced upsell. Roeder's is one of the few places you'll find that actually specialize in tankless water heater repair, as well as being your full-service plumber. And most importantly, service after the sale, meaning the techs actually answer your call, with misses averaging callbacks of 10 minutes or less. Roeder's Plumbing at ROEDERSplumbing.com.
So when are you going to check that thing off your to-do list?
Right, that. I don't know. How about next week?
How about now?
Or I could do it later, right?
No more putting it off. Do it now so you don't forget. You want this and have for a while.
You're right. I want this.
You deserve this, and it can help you in the long run. There, I just logged on to homescc.edu. We're getting you registered right now.
Wait. Hold up. I thought you had to show up on site to register at Homes.
You can do either one. You know that career you talk about all the time? The life you dream about? It starts today. How does that famous quote go?
Don't. Please don't.
The secret to getting ahead is
getting started.
Fall classes start August 18th, and we don't do Fridays at home. Register at a campus near you Monday through Thursday, 8:30 to 3:30, or right now at homecc.edu. And when you come to Home CC, your tuition could be free with a 20 on your ACT.
Holmes Community College.
No place like Holmes. Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here's your host, Chip Matthews.
It is the Chip Matthews program. I am, of course, Chip Matthews. She is Dawn McKenzie, and we are the most important people on the radio for the next 5 minutes. Glad you're listening. Clay Edwards Show starts at 7:07. You know, I'm going to have to start looking for the preview. I guess Clay, some mornings he doesn't get up early enough because I get up entirely too early to where I know what he's going to talk about today.
Mm-hmm.
But he's going to come in today and give it to y'all, I'm sure.
Yep.
But there was something else in the news yesterday. We got ran over people everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
We had wrecks everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
We had lost individuals everywhere.
Yep.
What else?
Well, the Canton Garden Club cleaned up some of the flower beds in front of the city hall and did a beautiful job with that.
Yes.
Those ladies are doing a good job.
And you also sent me something. You had the Canton Garden Club, and then you have the other one that is Canton Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they're out doing their thing.
Yeah.
But I put up there when they and I got a lot of flack for it. I said, y'all need to go on inside City Hall. While you're cleaning up at the Canton Garden Club, go inside City Hall.
Yeah.
I mean, you can clean the building for one, and it'll look better. But then again, you can take some of those extra people that are working there and just move them right on out.
Yeah.
Just move them out.
Yep.
Yay, Canton Garden Club. That's right, Mitch Steiner. They did a great job.
They did.
You got people that are trying.
Mm-hmm.
But the sad thing is you're trying
You got to start with the small stuff. I've always said you got to start with the small stuff to get to the larger stuff.
But how do you get people to get active enough to where they get involved with trying to clean up the nuts and bolts of the politics? That is the question. The politics of Canton and the money and the graft. And I mean, you go in there and these people do great work at the Canton Garden Club. They're doing great work. My grandmother was in Canton Garden Club, and I know many, many, many from the 60s and 70s that were in it, and they worked hard, but it was a situation where they stayed in their lane.
Right.
And so they're cleaning up the city and they're growing plants and this, that, and the other. And you didn't have to worry about what was going on inside City Hall.
Oh, right.
And now you look at it and you're going, I mean, I have a problem with the fact that we pay people to cut the grass. It's like right now in Madison County, driving out here today, the grass is tall enough to where you can't even see the deer coming out. And it's at the side of the road, all the way through the road. Paul Griffin, would you go cut the grass? And I think that was Banks's district I was in this morning. Go cut the damn grass. You've got a nephew or somebody you've already hired to work for the county. Tell him to go to work today. Oh, it's hot. Buy him an air-conditioned tractor.
Well, I think they had some nice ones and they got stolen.
We got plenty of money. Yeah. Well, in Canton, that's what happened back years ago on the guy that was cutting the grass for the school district. It was stolen from the city of Canton for him to start his business. And then Canton filed on their insurance to get more gear.
Yeah.
So insurance fraud.
Right.
Welcome to Canton. Insurance fraud goes on a lot in Canton. But anyway, we won't get into all that today. When Mitch Tyner is judge, he can sentence folks for cleanup duty, pick up 10 pounds of trash as a fine. You're going to have to ask for more than 10 pounds. We got to get it done in 1 year. Okay, we got 40 seconds left. Please, people, don't go out and rob anybody and take any tennis shoes. You could get 15 years in Canton. In Canton, you got 15 years. That's just unbelievable. 15 years. Oh, well. Say goodbye, Dawn.
Goodbye.
What you going to do today? Real quick.
I got continuing education for real estate.
Oh, continuing education for
Fun.
real estate. Buck Commander.
Yep.
I'll be at Acme Pizza tonight, 4:00. You be there, so I'll be there. And Jenny Halford will be there also. And so will Sharon. Y'all come on out and see us. See y'all tomorrow. Clay is next.